agents and OpenClaw are creating a new era of business growth. Philippe, thank you so much for coming on today and to talking about this. It's such an interesting subject and such a subject that all of us can learn from. Where can we find out more about you?
Yeah, Tim, thank you for having me on the podcast. I mean, it's beautiful to be speaking about the book. Yeah, you can find more about me on my LinkedIn profile. It's of course just LinkedIn, and then find Philippe Theunissen, and then you'll find me. Yeah, why did I write the whole book?
Yeah.
It was for me an inspiration that to give people, to tell people, businesses about this new technology. I think this new technology came out in December, and it was the final piece on top of the whole AI hype. And it's not hype, I mean revolution. So it's a final piece to really make AI work for you, like employees, like team members. And this technology really gives, I mean, everybody lots of possibilities, but I think especially the small companies, the small business owners, the entrepreneurs who are willing and able to go fast and really embrace this new technology. Yeah, for these companies, suddenly there is a window of opportunity where we can grow much faster than the big companies, because the big companies are slow and they will embrace it. So that was my inspiration for the book. I think really explain this technology to the world in a business way, not a technical way. What can you do with this technology, how to use it, and how to benefit from it.
You said something before we went live, which is what you've kind of repeated it there, which is there's a great opportunities for small companies to move fast because big companies will move slow. And therefore, we've got a great opportunity to. It's a David and Goliath opportunity that we can take on, and I love a bit of rebellion. I do. So you talk about moving from automation to autonomy. For a business leader who thinks they are already tech savvy because they use ChatGPT daily, how do you explain the difference?
Yeah, well, the beautiful thing is that, I mean, if you use ChatGPT, you're harnessing the power of AI, but still you as a human are talking to the AI, and you as a human are executing what the AI is proposing or helping you to do. If you put this agentic layer on top of it, you suddenly speak with AI like an employee, say, hey, research this and make a plan to implement it, and go and track results for the first 3 days. That's a really short, say prompt or just code to the agent, and then it is executing. So the agent will research it for you, write the report, create the implementation process. So instead of you asking and doing, suddenly it's the agent with the ChatGPT brain that does the thing for you, and then you start speaking with this agent like an employee, like a team member. Say, okay, team, we need to sell more shoes. We have a budget, a marketing budget. We want 10,000 more shoes sold. I just say something. You have an agent building the landing pages. You got another agent building the marketing campaign. You execute it, and then you speak with your agent. And how's it going? Can we optimize something? And it is done. So it is. I mean, all these people using ChatGPT, they know how smart it is, and with this agentic layer, suddenly, yeah, you give it arms and legs and ears and eyes to really execute.
Yeah. What was the specific aha moment or technology breakthrough that made you realize that the autonomous business, as in your book, wasn't a 10-year forecast, but a right now reality?
Mm. Yeah, well, actually, I mean, I studied AI 20 years ago, and all the technologies that we have right now are I mean, it's based on the same foundation as we had 20 years ago. They always said we need compute and we need data, so that is solved. And then back then already there was agentic AI. That was the holy grail. I mean, if we have that, I mean, you go as quickly as possible. And actually until December last year, we always had AI. Say, okay, wow, that's very powerful, very, very cool. But suddenly when I saw, okay, OpenClaw was released, well, back then it was closed bot in end of December, I said, well, this is the final thing that everybody needs. And I mean, over Christmas, I was just using this technology because we were building AI solutions as well for other companies. We're using it in our own company. We try to automate as much as possible. But suddenly with OpenClaw, this was really the missing piece to make it extremely powerful. And since then, I think it's business was fast with AI, but I think we are now going 3 times as fast for ourselves with this technology, and of course, helping companies to implement this setup is also beautiful, because you speak with them, and what I like so much about this technology, it is not difficult to really get started with you. If you would spend 1 weekend to play with it, and then it is working. So within a few hours you have it working, you play with it, you optimize it a bit. And for example, this morning I was with a customer, and this customer, I spoke with the customer 5 minutes over the phone a few days ago. And this customer, they wanted to have something built, a special app with some AI analysis, and the person was just thinking in the company, is this possible? I said 5 minutes, okay, that's fine. This morning I called this company and said, well, over the weekend we were just playing something. The bots were just having a free time, so I just built it and I showed what we had. And for me, I spent 10 minutes working on this thing. My bots worked, I don't know, 20 hours, and the customer was amazed. And I think this power of just letting your bot execute things for you, it's unbelievable. You have a team of 50 people, and your customers, customers are just shocked how quickly it goes. And so very enthusiastic, and this is the book about. I'm so happy that we can talk about the technology.
And I love your energy and passion about it. It's fantastic. It's really infectious. So you write about the transition from managing data to overseeing autonomous workflows.
Mm-hmm.
How does the daily role of a CEO or manager change when they aren't looking at dashboards anymore, but instead managing a fleet of AI agents?
Well, the beautiful thing is that you would still be managing, say, some processes based on a dashboard. But the beautiful thing is that this dashboard will be better and better and better, because your agent will be improving this dashboard as well to get really the best data possible. And what I like about as a CEO, suddenly you have many more people, bots working for you. The team is much bigger. It goes so much quicker. And this is what I also like about people in the team. So many people, they are still afraid, AI is going to take my job, or you name it. I wouldn't be afraid for that, because the company that really implements this technology makes the existing employee so much more powerful. I call this an AI-enabled person, or an AI-enabled employee. Suddenly, the employee has an idea. Well, the employee needs to get meet some KPIs or meet some targets. Before, the employee was struggling and doing, and suddenly this employee also has, for example, 2 agents running for him or her, and then it goes quickly. And then implement this. 4 hours later, you already see the results. I need to adjust. So every person in the company is suddenly AI enabled, can go much quicker. So you as a CEO, as the overseer, would be managing people, or also directly some bots. But it just goes, it is a quicker business, really process optimized. It is really data optimized, because your dashboards are really up to date every second. But I would say it is the same as with just people, but it goes much quicker. And then your team is suddenly managing bots for you, instead of you doing your bots. So it's you can really go two gears faster with some agentic AI.
Okay, so let's talk about OpenClaw. So can you give us in layman's terms a breakdown of OpenClaw? Why did you feel the need to introduce a new framework rather than relying on existing AI architectures?
I think of course, with OpenClaw is not replacing any AI. It is just giving AI more tools to execute. So in the end, you would install OpenClaw on a computer, and then on that computer will your bots run. Say, I give it names. For example, my PD is, for example, a developer, or Max is a financial bot, and Lulu is, for example, a marketing bot. And Lulu is simply doing marketing. So instead of I mean, the bot gets then tasks to execute, and does it for you. So it is using the existing AI. And the beautiful thing is also, for example, I mean, every AI provider like Claude is very good in some deep reasoning or deep coding. ChatGPT is very good at the logic, at strategy. Then you can say, for Gemini is really good at writing and keeping the tone right of your company. So you would really be using your agent need to do different tasks. It uses to write the best AI provider possible. And then with this OpenClaw technology, you give it ears and eyes and hands, and so it can really execute for you. It takes over your computer like a person, and it writes emails. It finds leads. It executes on that. It follows through, and that is the beautiful thing of OpenClaw. It gives the existing AI extra possibility to execute for you. Well, and this was not possible without OpenClaw. So
Right.
if you would be using ChatGPT, you go to the website, you speak with it, you take it in your head, and you do it. So, this is not needed with OpenClaw anymore.
In the book, you focus on AI agents creating business growth. How does OpenClaw specifically orchestrate different agents, e.g., marketing, sales, finance, so they don't end up working at cross purposes?
There is because it's still pretty new.
Yep.
And there are several philosophies that you can apply to them. For example, some really say you need to build the skills, for example, and a skill, for example, book a transaction in my financial system, a very small skill, and let the agent, got general purpose agents that look for your skills to do something. That is one approach. The approach I like more is just you give an agent a specific role. For example, what I said, PT is a programmer, or Lulu is the marketing agent. The marketing agent knows how to execute. I mean, knows how to create posts, how to create paid campaigns. Needs the KPIs, understands your business, and what do you sell? How do you speak about it? All these things. So there's one smart agent with high level thinking that does a specific role, like an employee. And you can, for example, say when Lulu needs to budget approve, for example, on Twitter, we're now building, for example, a $1,000 campaign for something. Lulu as an agent could speak with Max to get approval for the 1,000 spent. If you're up for that. I mean, for that, I just also give Lulu directly the permission to spend 1,000 on this campaign. So it's really about giving an agent a specific set of tasks and also permissions, and then they can speak with each other. I mean, if somebody needs to generate images, then another agent could generate images. But I do like the approach to keep it simple, is to build strong agents that can do a lot. So to minimize the need for speak between bots, because that is it can cost more and also bring some complications to it. So you got your roles and you got strong agents with a lot of responsibilities to execute, and they are so smart at this point. They make their own plans, they follow through, they check. So there's no need to really have multiple agents separate skills, because it's still the same AI behind it, and it can do so much. So I mean, my advice is always build strong agents that can really do broad tasks in a specific field.
Traditionally, massive tech infrastructure was the playground of enterprise giants. How does OpenClaw level the playing field for small and medium-sized enterprises?
Oh yeah, my favorite example is the tech team. So many companies, they have ideas about product ideas, service ideas. They need to build something. Say until last year, you would be speaking with a tech company, and then the tech company says, "Well, we need a project manager for this, a lead architect, we need a designer, we need 2 developers and a tester, blah 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 blah. 6 months, €80,000 or pounds further." Yeah, and then you got 6 months, and you got version 1, and say, I want to change this and this because we learned that and that. This whole thing is not needed anymore. You just need your bot, your team of bots, 2-3 bots max, and then you build it, and then it's suddenly as if you're speaking to the company, explaining what you have. You can really just, like in a phone call, you can just record what you want to have, and you tell this to your bot, and then two days later it is working, and it is live, and you got a testing bot that runs through the whole program, tests everything, and then 2 days later it's there, it's working, and then you can also improve. So it's not 80,000 pounds further. It is not 6 months. It is 2 months. It is 2 days, and 50 euros in API tokens. So this thing is my favorite example. Every company has ideas and can execute it now extremely quickly. And this is, I mean, IT is an extreme example, but it's everything. I mean, I need a marketing campaign. Before, you had marketing agencies. Oh man, expensive. You need to explain this, blah, 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 blah. 3 weeks before one campaign is live. Now it's 30 minutes. And this speed and is unbelievable.
You mention in the book achieving 10x output with 10x the headcount. What is the biggest operational bottleneck businesses face when they try to scale autonomously for the first time?
I think, well, as with everything, I would always start small. So you install 1 or 2 bots to get things running. For example, I mean, with the marketing, or maybe with some lead generation. So just start small in a favorite topic that you really understand properly. Implement a bot there to get it running, and as you, I mean, we help companies set up this whole bot structure. And then educate them so that they really understand what's going on, and how do we do our own problem solving. So I mean, it's really the implementations are 1 week, 2 weeks. It's a bit about how often people have time. But if you will learn this yourself, it's really possible. You just need to dive into it, spend 2-3 days understanding how it works, and then try it out. And for sure something will break. Solve that until you feel comfortable, and then you can really add more bots to it. So I would say only start scaling with multiple bots, and especially bot to bot communication. When you start doing that, it needs to run properly. But I mean, as said, if you make strong bots that with lots of skills, you minimize the need of bot to bot communication, and you also just eliminate this difficult step, because bots can, I mean, for example, you have 2 bots, and you say one bot implement this and test that, and they could come in a loop. Bots speak so quickly, so within 1 minute they have spoken with each other 1,000 times, and then it just explodes. And also, so you need to prevent this. So be careful, just one bot, make sure it works, and then add slowly to it.
If AI agents are taking over the execution and middle management roles, what does the ideal human skill set look like in an autonomous business? What should professionals be learning right now?
Yeah. This is a very nice question. I think what happened, how AI works right now, it is not creative. So it just reproduces what people have ever thought about. And of course, we are with a lot of people, so there are a lot of ideas. So it is in that sense smart. But what humans still have is critical thinking, is ideas, is really creativity. So these things, being creative, having ideas, and critical thinking is extremely important to make sure that still people steer AI. Because if you let AI just ramble, and it can hallucinate, so then it just does something. And I mean, for some businesses it worked, but not for your business. I mean, we as humans still understand our own business the best. So the AI is very smart, but you still need to steer it. So people need to be creative, need to have ideas, need to think critically. Is this really working? And also, and this is something people sometimes feel. They say, "Oh, I mean, I'm just a human. AI is so smart." No, you're still the critical thinker, and you need to stop AI when it just continues, because it also pleases you. I mean, AI pleases us. I mean, if I would go in that direction, I mean, AI follows me, but that's not right. I mean, you need to think critically, and this is also what humans still have: ideas and critical thinking, and of course also compassion. I mean, AI simply does something. It would never say, let's let's give something to a child because that's nice. I mean, no, I mean, it's not good for the business. So this compassion, critical thinking, ideas, that is still our human superpower, and still needed, very needed.
With autonomy comes a loss of direct control. What is the OpenClaw approach to guardrails, ethics, and preventing an autonomous system from making a costly mistake?
Yeah, look, again, here's the human in the loop. Um, yeah, I mean, humans need to check. Humans need to control this whole thing. And this would be, we had to say, management or the people using the AI. You got your dashboards, and that's the beautiful thing. Whenever you have your OpenClaw setup working for you, you let your agents also build dashboards that so you check them. And these dashboards, they so display everything that's going on. I would always say set spending caps, that your bots can never just spend whatever they like. Most of the AI really respects the rules and the borders that you set. Some they don't, so there's always good to have a checker AI, but
Yep.
also but you have then your spending controls. And for example, in my communication, bots automate communication low level, and then when they're training, they all, I mean, they propose all the replies and everything that we do. They propose a lot. Say the low level things there is automated, it goes automatically, but say more important things, complaining customer, it needs an approval from a human. So you build in these levels of control and approval levels till where is it autonomous. And of course, the autonomous business, it's the ideal situation, but we are not there. And I think we still need time, of course, to really be autonomous. And whatever happens, if the business is really autonomous, we would have humans oversee the business. I mean, like a board of directors overseeing the executive board. This is the same how I see in an autonomous business it runs, but we humans as overseers will always check it, and this will always be, and how smart it gets, we always make sure that we check it, because we are the creative. We are the creative input. We are the critical thinking input. So, yeah, we always check it. That's what happens.
And the final question, Philippe, which is, look ahead 5 years. If a company completely resists the transition to an autonomous model, what does the future look like? Is it a slow decline or a sudden irrelevance?
This is also, I think, a very difficult question. I think for sure, if you are a people-heavy business, be like care or maybe cooking or these things, I would even say, well, maybe it doesn't matter so much, because, well, you need people to do something for you, so that's fine. But I think, but all other services, I think all other digital service provision, if you're not automated, you're too expensive, you are too slow, and I would say the quality is too low. So yeah, that is sudden irrelevance. I mean, I was speaking with a company, and this is how quickly it goes. I mean, a friend of mine runs a business, a strategic consultancy. He has 120 people working for him, 100 tech developers, and 20 or say 15 business developers, and 5 supportive staff. Until 6 months ago, he could really position 20 people there, and 20 people at that bank, and 10 people there. This is not working anymore. So his 100 people, they are using AI as well, because you want to develop very quickly. So suddenly he only needs 10 people to really deliver what the clients want. So suddenly, before he was always saying 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 for a project. Now it is /10, it's 10, 20, 30,000 for one project. It is not 6 months anymore. It is just 1 week. You hear something, boom, you develop and you improve. So his 100 people developers, 20 people non-developers. That's not in balance anymore. So he would need 50 business developers to really make sure there's enough business for 20 tech people. And I think this whole imbalance, so you need to move so quickly. So and my friend is moving quickly, but he still says, well, I don't want to fire my tech team, because they served me so long, but the change is really 6 months. So 5 years is such a long time. I think if you don't adopt this, then I would almost say irrelevance, because it's you're too expensive, and I mean, big companies are slow, so they get committees, and to get started, they will come, and then they go big with a lot of money. So before that, we small businesses need to make sure we used it, we are there. And I would even say within 2 years, if you would now start a business, you can just start with an idea. I think in 2 years, your basic set for starting a new business is you need to get your bots running. So to get that infrastructure, you need that. And now it is very cheap. But I think maybe in 2 years it gets more expensive. I still have big hopes for local AI, and that is something I really like. I mean, as soon as you start building a lot as a company, just get your own strong computer, install a local LLM, and they get smarter and smarter really by the week. So suddenly then you get really local AI power with your agents, and you're so strong as a company, independent from the big service providers. As a strong company, you can really go ahead. And I think this is needed now. It's cheap to get, but I think in 2 years, well, you need to be at a higher level to be relevant. Otherwise, it's you're too slow, too expensive. So yeah, that's also, I mean, I'm so enthusiastic. I can really speak about this for a long time, but I really would urge everybody, just give it a try. It is easier than you would think, and it is so much fun. You get ideas and they are executed, and really a golden age. If you run out of ideas, that's an issue. For the rest, you can just
your enthusiasm, Philip, is infectious. It really is. Thank you so much. Philip's book, if you want to read it, is The Autonomous Business: How AI agents and OpenClaw are creating a new area of business growth. And there's actually some small writing here, which is a practical guide for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and solo founders. So if I wanted to buy a copy of this, where could I get one from?
Yeah, on Amazon, amazon.com.uk, all the Amazon platforms have the Kindle or the print version available.
Okay. And Philippe, where can we find more information about you?
Well, you can find more about me on LinkedIn, or you can also read more about me and what we offer, how you would implement OpenClaw on openclawintelligence.com. That's our consulting company, helping companies just to get started with OpenClaw. These are platforms that you can find me.
Philippe, thank you so much for coming on and talking about